Right now at 10, 25 people hospitalized after their wagon overturns at an apple orchard in Lafayette.
And the Federal Reserve is lowering interest rates for the first time since 2020.
Plus, the League of Women Voters of La Crosse celebrates its centennial.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. 25 people, including children, are hospitalized after the wagon they were riding in overturned in a town of Lafayette apple orchard. 3 people sustained life-threatening injuries, and at least 1 person was airlifted via helicopter. According to the sheriff's office, a tractor was towing 2 wagons carrying both students and adults when one of the wagons lost control going downhill and tipped over. The sheriff says everyone is in stable condition to the best of his knowledge.
You have an area such as ours, which is fairly rural, and then the closure of the hospitals in the area. Coming together and being a team like we are and we always have been, I think is instrumental.
Now, the sheriff's office did not say which school the children were from. The cause of the incident is still under investigation, and Hake says they're looking at the tractor that was hauling the wagons.
A La Crosse man accused of homicide and hiding a corpse is not competent to stand trial. A La Crosse County court ruled 55-year-old John Stumlin suffers from a mental illness and cannot defend himself. He did not appear in court because he was aggressive with jail staff and did not want to attend. Stumlin was arrested August 8th after he was accused of killing and attempting to hide the body of 68-year-old Daniel Riordan. Meds and inpatient treatment were ordered to be made available to him as soon as possible.
Well, we haven't.
Yeah, we had cloud cover once again today. Another warm day, but we do have some changes coming in for your Thursday. Outside today really was just more high clouds, kind of giving an indication with the Skycam what's going on today. But overall, still 80 degrees. We're going to start seeing more changes as we go throughout later today and tomorrow, and that involves showers and thunderstorms coming back in. It's all associated with a low that's spinning out in the Dakotas right now, spinning these waves that do weaken and provide the cloud covers that you see on satellite coming through the area or just passing through to the east. We'll see more development overnight, and that's what we're tracking ahead of this front. A line of showers for the morning, late morning to noon, but the really severe potential is later in the evening. But the morning hours, the morning drive should be fine. We could see some showers approach the area late morning to noon, maybe a storm or two, especially around the noon hour, with climbing back up to the upper 70s. The same story for Eau Claire, that chance of rain that's going to be non-severe through the late mornings to early noon, climbing back up to the 75. Now, we do have a break in the early afternoon hours, so sun will come out. 80-degree temperatures will come back, but we do have storms coming back in that could be severe after the evening, and we're looking at about a 7 p.m. to about a 10 p.m. time frame. So later on the broadcast, we'll kind of break down when to expect, what's the threat, what's going into Friday, and more importantly, a lot of questions will be coming up about the weekend with all the festivals going on, and we'll kind of break that down a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Well, Oktoberfest has revealed the next 2 members of this year's royal family. Mary Ann Geschwind and Deborah Keller are this year's Oktoberfest parade marshals. Oktoberfest selects 2 marshals each year from a pool of nominees. Keller is the Torchlight Parade Marshal, and Geschwind will handle the Maple Leaf Parade. They say they're excited to represent their community and spread Gemütlichkeit.
Having that friendly feeling, that feeling of good cheer, and that's what Oktoberfest is. Oktoberfest is a time where families get together, friends get together.
There aren't that many women who have been parade marshals, and the fact that we have this year is wonderful.
Geschwind was previously nominated in 2020, but the pandemic canceled the fest that year. Well, buying a home, car, or taking out a loan just got a little easier. Today, the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates for the first time since 2020. While the rate was only lowered 0.5 percentage point, the decision could signal growth as consumers grapple with inflation. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall tells us how it could impact home buyers here in Wisconsin. Jeremy.
Well, Emily, the Fed's reduced its rate to between 4.75% and 5%. Mike Petrick with the La Crosse Area Realtors Association says it's a good sign for the housing market and could stimulate local inventory.
Mandy Johnson wants to buy a home. Now that the Fed's lowered interest rates, she's hoping she could find the perfect house sooner than later.
Pretty fast. A couple of days, a day or two.
Today, the Fed's lowered interest rates by 0.5 percentage point for the first time since 2020. Mike Petrick works for the La Crosse Area Realtors Association. He says despite an uptick in sales over the summer, inventory in the Coulee region has remained low. The lower interest rates could create more inventory by encouraging both buyers and sellers to strike while the iron's hot.
We've had ever-increasing interest rates for the last couple of years, or in the last year they've gone up, and people have stayed out of the market waiting for them to go down. Well, either it's now is your chance, because we don't know when the Fed is going to act again.
Now that interest rates are lower, depending on what the banks decide, he thinks more people will sell their homes.
We're all hoping that that's going to be the case. We know a significant number of homeowners that have some very attractive interest rates locked in on their homes right now. If we compare the Fed's drop and see it in the banking mortgage interests, we will anticipate seeing more homes come into the market.
Economists are expecting the Feds to continue lowering interest rates throughout next year. Ken and Emily.
Jeremy Wall live in the studio. Thank you.
Well, the La Crosse Fire Department just got a major boost today to enhance public safety. Mayo Clinic Health System presented the department a nearly $5,000 check through its Hometown Health Grant Program. LCFD is using that money to buy an IndyLift device, which safely lifts people who have fallen or can't otherwise move on their own. La Crosse Fire's EMS coordinator says they're expanding their operations to better assist people.
There's been a lot of positive feedback from our first responders here about the device. And we can deploy it in a way that it's available, and we have the awareness of all of our staff that this is there for them to utilize and make better decisions about how they provide physical assistance.
Next week is Fall Prevention Week, and the county's hosting a few awareness events. They'll start tomorrow at the Holman Community Center and then one Friday in La Crosse at the Concordia Ballroom. Both of those events run from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The League of Women Voters of the La Crosse area is turning 100 years old. Today, their centennial celebration took place at the Capella Performing Arts Center, where women commemorated the League's legacy of defending democracy and empowering voters with knowledge and confidence. The LWV helps voters understand major public policy issues and encourages active participation in government. The League's historian says the organization's 100-year history is a testament to how much it has helped the area with voting information.
It's been accepted in the community. It's been looked to as a source of reliable information when it comes to voting on issues and candidates.
Now, if you'd like to join the League of Women Voters, we'll have that link provided on our digital platforms.
A national nonprofit is challenging Tomah students and parents to start a chain reaction of kindness. Officials from Rachel's Challenge gave a presentation tonight at Tomah High School's auditorium. The nonprofit is named after Rachel Joy Scott, who was killed in the 2001 Columbine school shooting. It aims to inspire hope and encourage positive action in the communities they visit.
Rachel was just a person like the rest of us. She wasn't famous, she wasn't rich, she just was a girl who thought that she would like to treat everyone she met with kindness, compassion, and respect. And I think that's something we all can do, and you don't have to have special qualifications to do it.
So the nonprofit hopes to carry Rachel's spirit everywhere they go. Tonight, the speakers challenged the Tomah community to commit intentional acts of kindness to start their own chain reaction.
Another deadly day in Lebanon.
Several killed, thousands injured after personal devices explode throughout the city. Next.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde insulted Wisconsin seniors.
Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
What a jerk. He attacked those who are overweight.
Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
He called farmers lazy.
Look at the old physical toil. Now you're largely driving around a tractor.
This guy doesn't have a clue.
Eric Hovde has insulted just about everyone.
What's wrong with this guy?
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Now get 2.9% financing for 72 months on a new 2024 Ford Expedition. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I have had the privilege of working with an exceptional team to install over 12,000 home improvements for local homeowners in the last 35 years. Now it's time for me to spend a little more time with my bride of over 50 years. Fortunately, I found an experienced remodeling contractor and corporate project manager to lead the board store into the future.
And with an outstanding team by my side, I am proud to lead this amazing company my dad has built. And we look forward to continuing to serve you with the great value that is the board store trademark.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Now to the Middle East and another highly unusual attack inside Lebanon. In a second wave of attacks targeting the terror group Hezbollah, exploding walkie-talkies and handheld radios killed at least 20 people and wounded hundreds more.
This a day after exploding pagers killed at least a dozen and wounded thousands. CBS's Imtiaz Taib has the latest developments from Lebanon's capital, Beirut.
In Beirut, even funerals are no longer safe after a second wave of mass explosions, including at a burial procession for 4 people killed in Tuesday's pagers-turned-bomb attacks. Eyewitnesses say this time, walkie-talkies carried by Hezbollah members exploded right before their eyes. The explosions were once again simultaneous and went off in cities and towns across Lebanon. Hezbollah accuses Israel of turning thousands of its communications devices into deadly weapons, with Lebanese security officials saying tonight it was ICOM ICV82 transceiver radios, or walkie-talkies, that detonated, killing at least 20 and wounding over 450. Although smaller in scale than Tuesday's mass explosions involving pagers, that killed 12 people and left over 2,700 with injuries so serious, emergency doctor Dania Al-Halak, who treated around 200 patients, says she's never seen anything like it before.
We started seeing people all blown up, eyeballs ruptured, abdomen open, bones out, thighs open. It was very terrible.
A humiliated Hezbollah has vowed to take revenge against Israel, as CBS News has learned a Taiwanese company, Gold Apollo, authorized the use of its branding on the pagers bought by Hezbollah through a Budapest-based company called Back Consulting KFT, based in this residence. But the Hungarian government told us Back Consulting is only a trading intermediary with no manufacturing site, which means where the pagers were made remains an open question. So too is Israel's role in all of this.
Israel's defense minister has said a new phase of the war is underway, with the focus now on its northern front with Hezbollah.
Amazon warehouse workers are getting a pay raise.
Why the holidays are bringing them some extra bucks in just a few minutes.
We do have a lot of storms on Thursday, especially Thursday evening, but Friday actually looks fairly dry, and even Saturday does. We'll kind of break down the weekend along with timing out those strong or severe storms. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
The National Home Furnishing Sale has come to Home Furniture with Recession Buster deals store-wide. Get up to an extra 15% savings from all of our best furniture factories. Hurry in, factory direct savings won't last long. The National Home Furnishing Sale right now at Home Furniture.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California, even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Now, lease a new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for just $319 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
It's the National Mattress Sale at Home Sleep Express. Get an extra 15% off sale prices on all Luxuria and Thomas Cole mattresses. This Jewel Plush Queen is $679, and this Aurora Queen Hybrid is $849. Only at Home Sleep Express.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, Amazon warehouse workers are getting a pay raise and free Prime membership.
Amazon announcing today average starting wage has increased to more than $22 an hour. That's good news for the online retail giant's more than 800,000 frontline employees.
The company will also offer the $139 yearly Prime benefit to employees for free. The wage hike comes ahead of the busy holiday shopping season, and analysts are predicting online sales will increase this year.
Oh, we've had another pleasant day in the region, but we're about to have some severe potential weather. An alert day tomorrow, something we haven't really been needing to discuss in the recent couple of weeks. Let's get those alert day details tomorrow from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we've had really a dry stretch of weather through September. We're actually well short of precipitation, so we could use the rainfall right now given that. But we have two rounds really, and the severe potential is in the evening hour, and right now it's about 7 to 10 p.m. That time frame could change a little bit, but definitely by 10 or after with the nighttime, the severe threat pretty much diminishes. And really it's hail, damaging winds. I think hail initially, then maybe more damaging winds. All areas, but more further west you go, better shot that you might see the severe potential. So we do have some showers of storms, not severe, pretty much around 9 a.m. to noon, maybe down to 1. I'll kind of time those out. Then we have a break, and then the severe potential is really Thursday evening, as I mentioned, with the time frame there. The good news is dry and warm conditions Friday. We'll get back up in the 80s, and dry Friday night for all the activities. So Friday night football will probably enjoy another good night of football once again, for weather-wise at least. There's a system out there, the low that begins to really wrap up. It continues to wrap up to the west. That's sending the waves. It's going to get closer tomorrow, and that's what's going to bring us the first round showers in the morning hours. But these are your temperatures. We'll get that warm in the afternoon time frame when we have a break between it. So we'll start off warm. We'll get there once again with a little bit increase in dew point. So you'll see a little bit more humidity out there tomorrow. Here's this line of showers and storms overnight that'll kind of persist heading eastward. It won't impact the morning commute. It'll be really after that time frame from about 9 a.m. to about noon as it kind of slowly works. It's just a scattered nature of showers and a few storms. It'll come through around La Crosse time, probably around noon, a little bit earlier for Eau Claire. That may persist a little bit east, but it does fall apart. Here's your clearing skies. That'll allow the temperatures once again to get back up into the mid-80s. And then the front is well to the west of Minneapolis, but then you start seeing a line or a cluster of storms begin to develop. Initially, it kind of will be a cluster, so you could see some little severe cells beginning to approach maybe Eau Claire by the time we get to 7. We'll have to keep an eye also to the southwest, this area that develops here after 5. It may get to La Crosse by 6:30 to 7. It may be delayed too, so take the adjustment here. These will eventually come through, and then as we get closer to 8, I think that's when lines start forming and the damaging wind becomes more of a threat. It'll be east of probably I-90 by 8, and then that line goes into southwest Wisconsin. As we get closer to 9 and 10, it begins to then kind of really become not fall apart, but the severe threat kind of diminishes. Once we get past 10, as you notice, more clear skies to the west. So it's going to be a quiet night once we get past Thursday at 10 p.m. The rest of the night, this will finally get out of our area at least by 11 p.m. Once again, as it gets further south and east, the severe threat really diminishes, and it's just a line of thunderstorms that come through. Now, the only thing going on Friday morning we have to keep an eye on is some fog potential. But for severe threat, as I mentioned, the further west you go, it's a better threat. It's just a level 1 slight risk. And once again, the main threats are the large hail and high winds. The other threats are there, but they are lower given the environment set up in the time. We mentioned the weekend. We do have a system coming up from the south. This could bring more precipitation as we go into late Sunday into Monday. The good news is the first half of the weekend doesn't look too bad. Unfortunately, it looks like Sunday going into Monday of next week, and Tuesday as the slow gets closer, it does look more wet, and that's why the precipitation chances start coming back up. They could be higher going into Monday and Tuesday. The other thing to notice is the temperatures. Although we do a significant drop next week into the low 70s, that's not far from where we should be, which is about 72, 73 as we get to Monday and Tuesday, right after, obviously, we hit fall officially for the first time. So
I'm getting excited now for the new season. It's going to feel like
it's
it.
Gonna be,
it gets you more in the mood.
So just pay attention. Thursday evening, we'll have some storms tomorrow, but definitely keep an eye towards the evening hour.
All right, will do. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, pop some bottles. The Brewers are NL Central champions. We'll get a look inside the locker room from the celebratory crew, courtesy of Jacob, next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Who loves a good game of Plinko? Wesco and Sparta is making sure your price is right. Come on in and play a game of Plinko to see what your discount is. Discounts up to 30% off in select departments. What discount will you get? Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, the Brewers entered today needing either a Chicago loss or a win against the Phillies. And Chicago had an afternoon matchup with Oakland prior to Milwaukee's first pitch. And the A's mustered a late comeback against Craig Counsell's Cubs as the Crew notched their 3rd NL Central crown in 4 years. Milwaukee, the first team in the majors to clinch their division. So let's see if Milwaukee would be celebrating after a victory or not. Bottom 9, tie game, bases loaded for Jake Bauers, and he delivers. That single driving in Jackson Chourio and starts celebrating, everyone. Milwaukee gets their first walk-off win since June 26th, and check out the scene. It's the second straight NL Central title. First time doing that since 1981, 1982. Many did not think the Crew could do it, and now their skipper says they're on to bigger and better things.
These guys don't know what their best is and didn't know what their best was and still don't. But they know one thing, pulling together, competing, being doubted is something that can vault you forward into a championship.
Well, after an injury scare 12 days ago against the Eagles, this man was back on the practice field earlier today with a sleeve on his left knee. Matt LaFleur said after practice that Jordan Love was, quote, limited, and that's the extent of the details given out. It was the first time he's practiced since his injury in week 1 to that knee. Some good news regardless of if he plays on Sunday in Nashville or not.
He's definitely feeling a lot better for one. The injury happened in Brazil, so the whole thing is, like we said before, just taking it day by day, trying to see how it feels every day, and coming here, keep doing the treatment, keep doing the rehab, and was out there today, and just trying to take it day by day and just keep feeling it out, but it's feeling better.
The Titans enter that matchup desperate for a win as they've started out 0-2. Meanwhile, Green Bay will look to get above 500. And now it is time to reveal the News 8 Play of the Week nominees, and I am excited to show you about the 5 we've got picked out for you all this week. Kicking us off, history last night at Mabel Canton High. We're showing you one play here, but she's had a ton of them over the years. Sahara Morkin registering her 4,000th assist in that fantastic career. One of just 11 players in Minnesota to ever do it. For number 2, we head to the gridiron. It's Independence Gilmanton's Chase Beck, rolling to his left under some pressure from Pepin Alma, but he squares the shoulders and fires a dime down the field to Blake Slavy for the score. Indies would fall, but a great play from Beck. More football for number 3, but we go to the college ranks. Home opener for UWL with the game all locked at 7. Najee Mitchell takes the screen. The big boys out front are clearing a lane, and Mitchell breaks a couple tackles. He is in for 6. There we go. The Eagles would win 35-21. On to number 4 we go. Back on Monday, La Crescent boys soccer. Early first half, great cross sent in, and check out the precision on the header by Tara Vang for the Lancers to get the home side up 1-0. That right there, a lot harder than it looks, folks. La Crescent and Lake City would tie that one 2-2. And for number 5, boy, do we have a treat here. This one sent in by Eric Larson. Cotter boys soccer facing Schaefer Academy. Felipe Carvalho. You will not see much better than that at the high school level. He's going to hop on the bicycle as we zoom in for this goal. Are you kidding me? Ridiculous play right there. And I told you, folks, if you got a good one at a game that we weren't at, send it over. So there is our 5 to choose from for this week. Voting is live on our website right now. I want to make sure I mention voting does close at 5 p.m. on Friday. To cast that vote, head to the sports page at news8000.com under the Play of the Week tab and click on your favorite.
Yay,
guys, I'm so fired up about the Brewers. Man, we were back there watching. It's just so fun.
Almost brought a tear to my eye, but the real tears of joy will come if a World Series lands.
Is this
in
the
Milwaukee.
year? Are you the lucky charm?
Yeah,
she's seen
maybe.
Houston win a couple.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe she's lucky charm. So
Bringing up the good juju.
Perhaps.
Exciting times.
Fingers crossed, man. This has been a special team so far.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
All
Jacob.
right, more news right after this.
Bidenomics is working.
It's not. ABC News proved it with charts.
It was under control
on
during
inflation,
the Trump administration, well below
gas,
$3 a gallon, 35%
and housing.
jump in home prices, folks.
Even CNN admits it.
When it comes to the economy, groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More recliners. King Furniture has more Lazy Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, even lift chairs. Try them all. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from because it's all about choices, you know. And as always, free delivery. Just try that anywhere else.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
Are you thinking about new windows and doors? A new bathroom, a new kitchen, maybe a sunroom, siding, or a deck? Get started today with special savings while we celebrate serving homeowners for over 35 years. While we celebrate Danielle becoming the new general manager.
And celebrate Dad's 80th birthday.
Best products.
The best people.
Best prices.
35th anniversary at the Board Store.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Democrats say everything's great, but when you're on a fixed income struggling to pay for gas, groceries, or medicine, it doesn't feel great.
Biden-Harris created this mess.
And Tammy Baldwin's been right there with them.
25 years in Washington. What's she done?
Raised taxes.
Added trillions in new debt.
And gave stimulus checks to illegals.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
I'd like a stimulus check.
I'd like you to take out the trash.
Well, in Texas, the El Paso Zoo is helping 2 spider monkeys recover from a traumatic experience. Officials there say the furry primates were rescued from traffickers at a U.S. port of entry just a couple of days ago. The monkeys are between 4 to 8 weeks old.
The vets and care staff at the zoo are giving the monkeys age-appropriate food and a warm enclosure. Authorities say this is a reminder that wildlife trafficking remains a major problem and poses a threat to ecosystems and some species. The 2 monkeys will be returned to their natural habitat in Mexico once they're rehabilitated.
Oh, and they look so sweet with those big
Very
eyes,
cute.
too. They just need to be rescued.
Yes.
And that El Paso Zoo's coming through, at least in that regard.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Greg's going to have one final look at your forecast right after this.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
No doubt about that. We got your back.
Over the last few years, we've redefined what working remotely means. And so is the Ford F-150. Bring your desk wherever you go with a flat interior work surface. Drop down the tailgate to get it all done. And plug in what you need outside the cab with available Pro Power on board. How's that for upping your productivity? Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $9,900 in total savings on a new Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 69th anniversary, and we're celebrating with exciting rewards offers for our best customers. Shop anniversary celebration savings on Blaine's brand synthetic motor oil, just $3.99 a quart for rewards members. Buy 4 Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Uniroyal tires and get instant service credit savings equal to the price of 1 tire. Plus, when you buy 4, get up to a $100 rebate and an extra $40 instant rewards savings. Come celebrate and save during our anniversary sale, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine at Hy-Vee. Schedule online today or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Plus, get your flu shot and earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
All right, we have 2 rounds of thunderstorms. It looks like 9 to about noon, some showers and storms, but then the real severe potential is in the evening between about 7 and 10. The good news is Friday and Saturday look good. The bad news, Sunday and Monday look kind of wet right now.
All right, lots to consider. Thank you, Greg, and thank you all for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.